First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Hi, welcome to First at 5 from WUFT News. I am Ariana Psarakos.
And I'm Emely Zuluaga. Thank you for joining us.
Pick any spot on Earth. Chances are it is sweltering under extreme heat with record-breaking temperatures baking regions of the world.
In the U.S., more than 140 million Americans are preparing for a blistering heat wave. As NBC's Jay Gray tells us, it's set to blanket most of the country.
He brings us the details from Dallas.
Good evening, and look, a heat wave tightening its grip right now, really across the country. From California to New England, there are heat advisories in place. Some of the worst of it right here in Texas, in Dallas specifically. Today, another day over 100. That makes 25 days so far this year over 100, and it's 7 more than 105. So it has just been a blistering heat here, one that most are dealing with by either staying inside or rushing to pools or splash pads like the one you see behind us here. Everyone trying to take it easy. As one 10-year-old told us, it's like living on the surface of the sun. I'm not sure it's that hot, but I can tell you it is really hot and causing some real problems here. Wildfires are an issue across North Texas, several over the last couple of days, including one just west of Fort Worth, still burning at this point and has chased dozens of people from their homes. You've got the ground shifting and cracking with all this extended heat, and that's causing water main breaks, so water's become an issue. And power usage, always a concern here in Texas. ERCOT, the company that regulates all of that, says that yesterday there was a record usage in Texas. That's the 10th time this year they've broken that record, and it could be broken again today. They say they have enough to keep going, but a lot of people very concerned about that moving forward. One other quick note. First responders telling us that they've done double the number of calls to those suffering from heat-related problems than they did this time a year ago. And the big concern for Texans right now is that it's only going to get worse. August, usually the hottest month of the year here. That's the latest from here in Dallas. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you now.
Between the worldwide heat wave and hurricane season, the weather proves problematic for everyone, even in our area.
That's right, Ariana. WUFT's Julia Haley joins us now to tell us the kind of weather we can expect specifically in our local area. Julia?
Currently tracking storms all across our area, even seeing some stronger storms near Marion County, also around Palatka and also Flagler Beach. But for where we are right now, currently seeing just a little bit of rain outside as those clouds clear up just a little bit. 86 outside, feels like 91 degrees. Just got a little bit of showers here in Gainesville. Temperatures currently sitting in the 80s, also the 70s. 77 Ocala, 76 Palatka, 71 Daytona, 83 the Villages, 87 Crystal River, and 89 for Stark. And for your evening forecast, dropping into the 70s overnight, seeing that chance for rain last just a little bit longer, but cloudy skies overall. Back to you.
Amid staffing shortages across the country, Gainesville Regional Utilities announces its plans to fill empty positions. GRU said it intends to hire new meter readers. While the company fills those positions, the meter reading department will estimate some meter based on previous usage. Any estimated meter reading will get an in-person reading the following month to resolve differences. GRU faced backlash from customers complaining costs are already too high and that estimates could make things worse.
The Gainesville Police Department announced it will hold a gun buy. GPD is offering gift cards up to $300 for a maximum of 2 firearms per vehicle. The event takes place on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's in cooperation with the One Community Initiative, the Office of the State Attorney, and the Save Our City Initiative.
Now for some news out of Winter Park, the Gator Collective provides the opportunity to pay Gator players for their use of their name, image, and likeness through events like the Gator Gathering. WUFT's Cristina Santiago joins us now to tell us how fans came to the ports to eat and meet some of their favorite Gator football players. Cristina, fill us in.
That's right. Fans of all ages were excited to meet their favorite Gator players. I spoke with boosters, fans, and players, many of whom wouldn't normally have the chance to interact and chomp together had it not been for the event. Florida Gators quarterback Anthony Richardson decided to join the Gator Collective because he wanted to become closer to his supporters, build his brand, and showcase who he is when he's not making the plays.
A lot of people call them fans. I don't call them fans. I call them supporters because they just support us on and off the field. So why not try to be able to interact with the people that support us? And also, it's a chance to build your brand, let people see you outside of football, let them see the type of person you are. Just connect with people because you never know who you're going to need.
Gator tight end Keon Zipperer and safety Rashad Torrance II enjoy the benefits of the NIL.
Without NIL, you're not really getting paid a lot of money, but you're putting your body and a lot of stuff on the line, so getting paid from the stuff you do is pretty awesome.
Really just the amount of time that you get to spend with fans off the field and the time they can kind of see what we do as players besides play football.
Since the NIL is a new territory, there's been a lot of uncertainty. Richardson has a team to assist.
Like my mom, she's one of the people that helps me with that because when NIL first came along, I got a little distracted and kind of sidetracked away from football a little bit, just trying to rush and get money. So I kind of built up a team to help me just manage that, and I try to manage football because football is what's basically getting me all these deals and stuff, so I try to focus on that.
The NIL changed the landscape of college sports for the players while in and out of the uniform. The Gator Collective helps athletes learn about financial education, financial literacy, and the behind the scenes of business operations. That's all I have for you now. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Cristina. Up next on First at 5, our very own Jacob Sedesse gives us a look at the latest tech news in Tech Tomorrow. And later, you'll get a look at the Gainesville of the past.
But first, a look at the lack in minority ownership of black hair stores. That's coming up right after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back. Statistics show that despite the black hair care industry being worth over $2 billion, African Americans account for only 3% of ownership in the beauty supply industry.
As WUFT's Jenica Clairvaux tells us, one woman in Gainesville opened her supply store because she wants to be a small change in that statistic.
Once you enter the doors of Jet's Beauty Supply, you are immediately surrounded by an abundant selection of braiding hair, wigs, hair extensions, and other accessories, many of which are essential for black women's hair routines. The black hair care industry is valued at nearly $3 billion. Despite beauty supply stores being staples in the black community, black beauty supply store owners are a minority in the market.
We do have a little circle where a lot of the black beauty owners, we come together to kind of feed off each other because we know how tough it is.
Jet's Beauty Supply owner Maria Moyse expressed the many roadblocks that come with establishing a hair business. She says she's experienced discrimination while trying to build relationships with product distributors. Despite this, Moyse is proud to service her community.
Every time they shop, I give them a loyalty card, so they're able to, get points and then get a certain percentage off. I run sales all the time.
She is one of the few owners of black beauty supply shops in the North Central Florida area. Moyse credits her children as her motivation to keep pushing against all odds.
Because they are my aspirations, they're a reason, honestly, that I can get up every day and do what I need to do.
And with that being said, she's open for business. Jenica Clairvaux, WUFT News.
Snapchat announces a new version of its app and a big deal in gaming closes. WUFT's Jacob Sedesse brings us the latest in this week's Tech Tomorrow.
Welcome back to WUFT's Tech Tomorrow. I'm your host, Jacob Sedesse. Snap is making Snapchat available outside of your phone for the first time. That's right, Snapchat is now accessible from the web. Users can log into web.snapchat.com to access core features like chats and video calls. The service is only available on Google Chrome to Snapchat Plus subscribers in the US, Canada, and the UK, as well as all users in Australia and New Zealand. However, CNBC reports the company is looking at supporting more web browsers and possibly developing a full app for the desktop in the future. There's a new way to shop on Instagram. Meta announced qualified small businesses will now be able to sell products right in the app's chat function. After users discuss a product with a business, that business can create a request for payment for that product. The customer can then check out using the company's MetaPay payment service. The company promises all payments are secure and that all purchases are protected. Sony's deal to purchase Destiny creator Bungie has finally closed. According to an SEC filing, the deal is worth about $3.7 billion. The companies announced the deal to buy the original Halo developer back in January. Analysts saw the timing suspiciously close to Microsoft's announcement to purchase Activision Blizzard King, the owner of former PlayStation mascot Crash Bandicoot. Sony mentioned it values the company's expertise in live service games. However, Bungie assures fans the company is in charge of its own destiny. Finally, The Sims begin recognizing more sexual orientations. You'll be able to specify who your sim is interested in after the game's next free update. You'll also be able to specify if that orientation can change as you go through the game. Your current sims will continue to play the same way they did before the update, as long as you don't change their settings. However, EA says these new sexual orientation features cannot be turned off. For WUFT's Tech Tomorrow, I'm Jacob Sedesse. See you next time. Back to you, Ariana.
Thanks, Jacob. Emily, Julia, the thunderstorm yesterday, awful. I didn't get the chance to tan.
I know. I'm hoping we don't see any more of that for the rest of the week. Julia, what do you have for us?
Well, currently we are seeing no major disturbances in Alachua County, but we are looking forward to some more storms and showers as temperatures rise throughout this week. Heat indices even hitting triple digits. Will these conditions stay? I'm Julia Haley with your full forecast in a few minutes.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Currently tracking storms all across north central Florida, seeing some stronger cells in Marion, Putnam, and Flagler counties. But temperatures right now seem to be a little bit lower due to those storms. So 77 Ocala, 82 the Villages, 76 Daytona, 72 Palatka, and 76 St. Augustine. Of course, 79 here in Gainesville. And that heat index looking just a little bit warmer overall due to those showers. 83 Bronson, 78 Ocala, 73 Palatka, 94 Stark, 88 Lake City, and 84 Live Oak. But outside of our studio, seeing those clouds as we just finished another round of showers here in Gainesville. 80 degrees feels like 81 outside. And elevated winds all across north central Florida, 22 miles per hour in Lake City, and also 23 miles per hour over in Palatka. Now for tonight, expect those temperatures to dip into the mid 70s. That chance for showers still apparent throughout this evening, but dropping throughout the morning, meaning we have some cloudy and less rainy skies ahead, but expecting that warming trend throughout the rest of this week. Thursday sitting in the 90s, 93 for Gainesville, 92 Bronson, 93 Stark, 91 for St. Augustine. This week expecting those afternoon showers to stay as well, meaning you will see another round of what we saw today. So above I-10, expecting that round of showers to hit, and another round hitting for our Friday, clearing up overnight, but Friday expect that second round to hit around the afternoon, mostly on the Panhandle, a little bit in Marion County as well, and looking to stay just a little bit longer. Now expecting that future rain to last, giving us those highs of future rain amounts in the half inches, as well as the 3/4 inches over in the Panhandle. And of course, expecting those scattered showers, warming trends to stay, and muggy temperatures. Take a look at your 6-day outlook overall with that warming trend, with those above average temperatures overall. Back to you.
Thanks, Julia. Coming up on First at 5, the third day of the SEC Media Days has finished.
Yes, and the Gators finally took the stand. We will hear what Gator coach Billy Napier had to say and more from our sports anchor, Jensen Young. Don't go away. WUFT News will be right back.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Welcome back to sports. I'm Jensen Young. Today is day 3 of SEC Media Days, and the Gators have finally taken the stand. First-year coach Billy Napier spoke first, and he talked about the importance of team identity.
You know, the next 40 days will be critical. We're going to work hard on developing the personality, the identity of this team, the daily approach, right? The self-discipline, the habit, the choices, focus that's required to be an exceptional player and have an exceptional team, and ultimately build habits.
Linebacker Ventrell Miller discussed Coach Napier's attention to detail.
He's just brought that kind of accountability. He always emphasizes the first way to lose is to beat yourself. So just correcting it, like penalties, small things, just locking in the little details. That's one thing he's brought.
Offensive lineman Richard Garage also talked about the leadership that Billy Napier brings to the table.
Man, every time he's disappointed, it's like a disappointed dad a little bit. He's like, come on, man. I'm like, all right, I know what I did wrong. So having him on the team has been very phenomenal for the guys, and he's a great leader.
Quarterback Anthony Richardson discussed how both he and Billy Napier will handle the expectations that fans have for them.
You know, we try not to look into them too much, you know. Just try to take everything one day at a time, you know, because we can't predict the future. We don't know what it's going to, you know, be for us. But as long as we prepare for everything, just taking it one day at a time, I feel like everything will be smooth.
The Gators kick off the season with Week 1 against Utah on September 3rd.
Thanks, Jensen. Finally, a photo of Gainesville in the 60s recently surfaced on Facebook.
And it's bringing up old memories from Gainesville's longtime residents. It's posted on Historic Florida's Facebook, and it depicts the former Gainesville Mall on 13th Street. The post received an outpouring of likes, comments, and shares from longtime residents and new residents who can't believe the change. Someone pointed out that the former Howard Johnson is the only building still standing. Though it's not a Hojo anymore, it's still a motel.
How cool is that?
I know, right? Now, before we go, let's take a final look at weather. Julia?
This evening, expecting that last chance for showers tonight. Of course, cooling down with those lows in the low 70s. Overall, clouds staying, and for the rest of the week, expect that chance for afternoon showers to stay just a little bit longer, seeing that warming trend above average in the mid 90s and those lows reaching the low 70s. That chance for afternoon showers staying throughout the rest of the week into the weekend and back into the next work week. Back to you.
Thanks, Julia. BBC World News is next, and the PBS News Hour follows at 7.
For quick local news updates, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WUFT News. And remember, your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org. From all of us at WUFT News, I am Ariana Psarakos.
And I'm Emely Zuluaga. Thanks for watching First at 5. Have a good night.